All right, so today is Tuesday, June the 18th, 2024. It's another hot, sweaty day here in North Carolina. This message is for Kelly. Earlier I connected with your first husband, Larry, and I'm grateful that we had the chance today to go over all of that, so that I hope I was able to help you understand further and explain the ways that such messages are received and what they mean. It greatly helps for me to not know much while I'm connecting, and yet then after I give you the message, it's so nice to hear what makes sense, number one, but to know, well, in life we say putting a face with a name. I guess for me it's nice to put a face with a soul, beyond the face I already see. So anyway, you'd asked me to connect to your mother and your sister as well, and immediately I was already connecting to both your mother and your sister. And just something for you to understand with me. Well, when me connect to spirit, it is all from my soul. Of course, it has to come somewhat from my mind and my body, but it's really all my soul. And our soul is what actually takes the most energy. So it can become, I don't like the word exhausting, because spirit never exhausts me. I live for spirit. But I do need to, I need boundaries. So I said to myself, as well as to your mother and your sister, let me just do mom for now, okay? And if sister presents, then sister presents, and off we shall go. So that's just my little basis of what's going on. Chip, chip, chip. Okay, I mean, I don't understand. I have a pet chicken, and she just wants to sit on my lap on the bridge. She doesn't want to find bugs. When I got the picture of your mother, and I immediately zoomed right in. Your mom actually, as soon as I opened that picture, was like, she wanted me to see like this close to her eyes. I was like, okay, and she was like, no, closer, you know. I was like, okay. So for me anyway, the eyes are the direct portal to any soul in life. And when a soul presents to me in such ways that they're literally drawing my attentions to their eyes, I know that they've got something very special to say. I was in my barn at this time doing my normal stuff. When I connect to spirit, I can clean my house, drive my car, I can talk on the phone, I can do anything. It doesn't hinder me or put me in a trance like state of being or anything crazy like that. It's all really, to me, quite normal. To share my whole life every day between, well, I guess 2 worlds, if that's what you want to call it, because it is 2 different places, heaven and earth. In my barn, what was playing on my radio was a song I had never heard. And I was mentioning to you earlier, Kelly, that music is one of the most powerful ways that spirit can present in delivering such messages, because it's the easiest way. You know, they send a song and we listen to the lyrics, or we see the lyrics and we're like, whoa, you know, it definitely makes sense. So I particularly like when spirit has me while I'm connecting, and here's my real life right here, and there's a song on in my barn. I love that your mom had me hear just the first words of this song, which were about the eyes, right as I was looking at her eyes. And the name of the song is called Living in a Fantasy by Leo Slayer. I've never heard this song before. But while this song was playing, that's when she had me continue to zoom into her eyes. There's my guardian puppies. Chip, Chip, come on, get some bugs. I think I need to get up for Chip. Spirit is very fast when spirit presents through me. fast is not even a word, just like time is not a word, because those two things don't exist in heaven. The best way for me to describe it is, if you've ever seen the movie Flash Gordon, the real movie back from like, what was that, the 70s or 80s? When they take the people to the back and they go to erase their memories, I don't know if you remember that scene. They're laying on a bed and they've got these things on their head, and like they can see in front of them on a TV, you know, like their whole life is being erased, and they're like sitting there going, oh my God, you know. So of course Spirit's not erasing any memories here, but it's very much so that fast. When Spirit is coming through, Spirit can show me an entire lifetime, whether that life was here for 10 years, 22 years, 80 years, 100 years. So it's very, very fast. I don't like to stop while I'm already connected to go and look up such lyrics to a song, because, well, number one, nothing is supposed to make sense to me in such ways. This song and the lyrics are meant to become part of your treasure hunt. This is what our loved ones in heaven want for us, Kelly, is to embrace a very hard reality to embrace, because we have no validation that heaven exists. But our loved ones want us to embrace that it is real, heaven. So that was quite a big introduction from your mom. Like, she wasn't messing around. She was like, my girl don't need no, further introductions, Natalie. She wants to hear from her mother. She was like, come on, Natalie. I immediately pictured your mother to be a little lady, always giggling, chuckling, very social, very social. She was a person in life who was like, yep, and she'd be like talking, telling her stories in life, like, so I went to the store today, yep, and while I was there, I ran into, Georgie Sue, yep, and so she kept having me hear like that, not those words in particular. She had me keep hearing the words, yep, and she wanted me to make sure that I had, it was her that in life used to say, yep, like she said it to herself. She was very confident in herself in such ways that what she believed was in fact real and true. Immediately also upon that time, there was a man that presented behind your mother. Number one, it's common for me anyway to see from the spirit world, a woman is always standing in front of a man. Whether it's a daughter to a father, a husband to a, wife to a husband, whatever. This man presented silently, quietly, without a word. He presented very peacefully, and he was just nodding. He was standing behind your mother, just going, yep. What I immediately saw, to be honest, was that this man standing behind her, he had the same eyebrows as your mother, from the picture that she shared with me of your mother. So I was like, okay, is this her father, And then I was like, I don't know, it might be your father. I don't know. So this man who presented, again, he was silent, he didn't say anything, but it was very important for him to at least make his presence known, for you, Kelly, for you to know that this soul is present with your mother in heaven, and very lovingly. So this person also was a very quiet person in life, not a big speaker, but definitely a strong soul. I kept seeing visions of a carnival fair, like your classic local traveling fair that comes through with, the barnyard animals, the cows, the pigs, the chickens, the cotton candy, the Ferris wheel, the rides, lots of commotion, lots of people, lots of action, lots of voices. Your mom, she showed me very fast. She was going through, she showed me that vision of her like at a fair or carnival, and then she was on a cruise. And then she was like, I mean, she was at all these, I don't, I she was at like the beach on a vacation, like on a boardwalk. Again, it was like a lot of people around. She kept showing me that wherever she is now in heaven, she needs you to know that she is surrounded by life. Interesting to me, and I don't know if I can share this. I don't know how to share it. A lot of it is hard for me to explain in words. But so regardless of our age, when we die, regardless, often through me, I see spirit will present themselves in ways of, well, okay, so spirit is everything in heaven. They're not like old, they're not young. It's like, it's energy, you know. We don't have a body anymore, so we're not old anymore. But spirit will present in such ways to show us that how they are in heaven is how they were happiest here in life. And so your mother kept showing me these visions of her. She literally looked like, the only thing I could think was back in the 1960s, okay? Like where the ladies would wear their hair, you know, very pretty, and it'd be like curled up on the ends, you know, like really pretty curled up on the ends. And she's a very tiny little lady. She's just tiny, she's a little lady. And yeah, she was feisty. Little ladies are feisty, you know. She didn't, I mean, she wants you to know that, my chip, she's just distracting me. She wants you to know that in life, she had fun, and she's continuing to have fun. And she showed me a vision, Kelly, of, and this is a common vision. She showed me a vision of your hand on her hand, okay? So being the fact that your mom died, your hand on hers, that's representative of, you know, even if you weren't present while your mother died, she needs you to know now that you were present. Trust me, heaven is a totally different place. It has nothing to do with physical presence, okay? And so the same goes for when somebody is dying. We don't have to be there with them to be there with them. Your mom, most beautiful, her love for you. She says, no more tears. You did what you did. You did what you could. I understand. She at one point was carrying a white purse, and she was wearing like a very bright colored turquoise and white summer style, vacation style outfit. This white purse was kind of the focus here. I was like, okay, that's a big white purse. It was big white purse. And she had on some pretty fancy sunglasses too, but all smiles. And the fact that she showed me such venues as a fair and a circus and a cruise, and, you know, vacation resort, you know, on a boardwalk. These are all, remember, spirit, if they are not presenting in actual memories to us, Kelly, they're presenting in, I call it a charades way. You know, when you play charades, you're like, oh, son, you know. So it's taken me my lifetime, and it'll take me the rest of my lifetime to continue learning how to, it's not even decipher, but how to further understand the language of heaven. So these visions that your mother gave me, they may not be memories and they may not make sense to you, but know that the visions themselves are actually beautiful representations of a message from your mother to you, to let you as her daughter know that she is with peace, and that she loves you, and that she thanks you. She showed me a vision of her handing you a rose. I didn't see the rose. I knew it was a rose. It has nothing to do with me knowing anything. When I'm connecting to spirit, it's my soul that knows. And so as I'm receiving these messages, like when I got this vision of your mother handing you a rose, I didn't need to see the rose to know that that's what it was, because, again, it's really hard to explain. Your mother handed you a rose, And this is her way of thanking you. So whatever you may be thinking, I don't know, and it's, I don't need to know beyond what you shared with me. Bygones be bygones. I love you. These are your mom's words, not me telling you this. She actually then gave me a vision, and it's funny how Spirit sometimes will use certain words that I'm like, okay, all right. So she gave me a vision of you, and you had a tear coming down your eye, very long tear. And she was across from you in this vision, and she took her thumb, and she goes, my stubby thumb. Like she was like stubby thumb. I was like, okay, stubby thumb. She wiped away your tears in this vision, and she said, it is a clean slate. I couldn't tell. She was talking to you a lot through me, and remember that when all of this going on, when your mother is connecting with me, it is all for you. It's not for me. I am literally the medium, the connector, the person in between that can deliver. So I'm just a conduit, so to speak. And I don't understand a lot, and that's why I used to, years ago, I'd be like, oh, I need validation. I need to know what makes sense. It's not that I need validation. At this point, I need to know that it makes sense to you, because there's no point in these messages if they don't make sense to you. And that is, again, why I'm grateful that I was able to further explain about Larry. She kept calling you. I couldn't tell. I can't tell everything all the time. She kept calling you either honey or baby. Like it was like, come on, honey girl, you know, or come on, baby girl, or like, I couldn't tell what it was. She did not refer to you, though, as Kelly. Like, I know that. I don't know it. I know it. But I don't know what she called you. So whether it was honey or baby or something else, this is the one thing that your mom, she's actually, and this is again her word, chuckling. She was like chuckling when I was receiving this particular vision. Chip, are you gonna get worms or what? You know, again, I like pictures, but again, I need you to know I don't, anybody can look at a picture and perceive, right? Anybody can look at a picture and begin to perceive. And our perceptions at times are right, you know? Other times they're not right. That's where the problems in life are for us. But your mom, I saw her, the picture you sent me, she was in a hospital bed, and I saw she had, you know, like some sort of tubes or whatever on her, but I don't know. If you did tell me, I don't remember how your mom died. But so aside from that knowing, which again, that's my mind knowing because you sent a picture, okay? Aside from that, as I'm talking to your mother, I kept hearing a raspy voice, almost like a smoker's voice, okay? And I myself have a smoker's voice. I've smoked, you know, in my life. So I don't know why she wanted me to touch base on that, but I needed to ask you if your mom was a smoker. She said she was really tired. A lot of times Spirit, when they come through for the first time, they want their loved ones to know how their final moments were. And sometimes they show it through me in visions, and sometimes I get physical feelings. I did not get physical feelings with your mother. I got words from your mother, and they were, I was so tired. She smiled, and she showed me that vision again of her hair like in the 1960s, you know, like curled up on the ends. She goes, I'm so happy. Your mother is a beautiful soul. Spirit often does not present in the ways that we expect, because the truth is we don't know what to expect, do we? We don't know. And I love not only being able to share with life what I receive from such loved ones, I love being able to, again, like today with you with Larry, I love to explain. Not explain, but you know, share. And then it makes more sense because, again, there's no sense in me delivering any messages if they're just going to make no sense. So, hope this makes sense. Your sister did not step forward, and that was because your sister, as all souls are very respectful, and your sister already knew that I had put up a boundary. I put up a boundary because, again, it does take a lot of energy to connect to spirit. So, like, if they need to come through, then I'm here, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, let me, baby steps, you know. I will definitely reach out to your sister, probably tomorrow. And I hope all this makes sense. Thank you for reaching out to me, and let me know if any of this makes sense.